Well, good day, YouTubers, friends, and family from across the world. This is Mike with Morning Dew, daily events worldwide, and we are on August 12th, 2018. Welcome to this global weather and earthquake update from Morning Dew. And we're going to start out here by looking over the Pacific Ocean, as watching a very large, strong convergence in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, where Hurricane Hector is still trekking west. There's an upper level low just above it, you can see here, and yeah, we'll see what happens here, because there is a typhoon just underneath that is forming. And we're just going to look at the West Pacific here to give you another view, the other side of these satellite images. You can see that large low moving in, and a large low pressure system in front of Hector, and that is an area of interest right now. Southern Hemisphere, strong line of convergence, that low and high pressure over New Zealand, bringing a strong line of moisture over the next few days. But you can see here, the Pacific Ocean's very turbulent right now. Southern Hemisphere and Northern Hemisphere. Southern Hemisphere more so. You can see how big those large low pressure centers are. They would call that a superstorm Sandy pretty much, if that was to hit North America. Looking over the east, South America, we had that large low pressure system I was talking about. That was humongous. It is wave after wave hitting Venezuela and South America right now. Large low pressure center developing off of the east, South America, parts of Buenos Aires. We also have a possible tropical storm developing in the Atlantic Ocean. And I believe we might have another one actually developing just off the coast of Africa here, watching this low pressure center scoot across Africa, being fueled by very warm fires in the south. And across Europe, they had some pretty strong thunderstorm cells, parts of Estonia and Bulgaria, western Russia, and parts of Africa. They did get some snow in the mountains, higher elevations. And we're just going to go to NASA Worldview now here and give you a look at the fires over Russia. And again, yet in front of another low pressure center moving in from the west. And this is now a low pressure center heading in through the BC coast and the fires within. And we're just going to go back a few days here and show you the progression. Pretty much from my birthday, August 6th, there was nothing. And then day after day, more and more fires developed throughout British Columbia. August 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Look at that. Insane. A lot of fires in Washington as well. I've showed people these maps before, but there are literally hundreds of dormant volcanoes in the British Columbia Rocky Mountains, and well, the whole North American Rockies. But stay aware and prepared, and send the prayers and the help to British Columbia to help put out these fires. Hopefully this low pressure center moving in from the west is going to bring some added moisture and some help, but it's a fast moving low, so we will see. I love being able to have these satellite images from NASA Worldview, and thank you, NASA. That's all I can say. And thank you, subscribers, for watching every day and subscribing to Morning Dew. I appreciate all of your sincere loyalty. And look at this over Africa. Now, I was showing you the tainted clouds toxic clouds from the fires, and you can see very prominent discoloration in just off the west coast of Africa from those fires in the Congo. Just seems to never stop in the Congo with those fires. And there are literally mandatory evacuations in California with these large fires, and now they're saying that they've caught somebody. That's pretty crazy. An arsonist set off these fires, apparently. Maybe a few of them, I'm not sure, but man, California is under a state of evacuation, state of emergency. This is getting crazy. But yeah, these large fires in Russia, I swear they're helping fuel the low pressure centers. They're making them bigger by injecting heat in front of these low pressure centers. I could be wrong, I don't know. But Weather Modification 101, check it out. I could be wrong. But this doesn't really look like a dry area where there would be random fires lighting up because it's hot. And we're just going to show here the tropical cyclones from around the world, looking at Typhoon Leapy, who is heading north-northwest, building and heading on the same track to Japan. We'll see. And then we've got the Atlantic Depression that is forming as an area of interest. Also looking into a tropical depression number 20 over Malaysia and parts of Bangladesh. Massive amounts of rain in these areas. Just looking recently, and man, oh man, we've got Typhoon Yagi just above there. But look at all this red. That is a lot of moisture. And these areas have been dealing with landslides, floods, mandatory evacuations. Here's Typhoon Yagi, who is hitting parts of eastern China right now and heading right up the coast. And of course, Hurricane Hector, who is still hanging around, as I said, heading west, northwest, with a typhoon developing just underneath of it to the left there. And look at all those cloud tops. I tell you, if we had that amount of rain, satellite imagery of rain in our area, we'd have torrential floodings. We'd be screwed. Let's look at the last 12 hours for earthquakes from around the world. And of course, yes, I reported the 6.5 downgraded to a 6.1 in some places, but 6.5 earthquake in Alaska. And I had predicted in this area to have an uptick in seismicity. I've actually been warning over the last 3 days. So a couple people saying you can't predict earthquakes. Well, you know what? I predicted a pretty large earthquake. I expected a 6.0 or greater. So here we are. And you can see a lot of action. Cascadia fault line, and not much action in Hawaii anymore. Something big has shifted and affected our atmosphere now, and I'm going to get into that with another video later on today, so stay tuned for that. I've got some evidence that has been mounting, and I want to share it with you. So yeah, North America. Let's go the last 7 days for earthquakes from around the world. Deeper earthquakes in Japan, Tonga region. A lot of earthquakes in South America, Costa Rica area. But a lot of recent movement in Cascadia fault line, and a lot of movement in the northern plate, Atlantic northern plate, Pacific northern. Earthquakes in parts of Europe. But you can see there, straight line from Europe and up right over to Alaska. So The expanding Earth theory, I've heard of it a few times from other YouTubers and people talking. Let's look into it, people. Stay aware and prepared. Thanks for watching today. Stay young and have fun, and get your morning dew. Bye-bye. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that like button, subscribe, share with your friends and family from across the world.